Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the All-American Savage Show podcast. I am your wonderful, sick host with my beautiful, bearded, heterosexual Jewish partner, Josh, operating those controls like a White House press secretary that doesn't know what the fuck they're doing, even though Josh actually does. Oh, my gosh. I sound like
just... What a handsome compliment.
I tried, you know. I saw that going one good direction, and then when I did the White House, I swerved. I was like, oh, wait, that's an insult. My bad. I mean, actually, it's not, if you think about it. Like, they're very good at what they... Well, no, that's not true either.
They're fantastic.
You guys are fantastic grifters.
Not even good liars.
Not even a good liar. Yeah, that's true. I apologize right out the gate, folks, because I do sound like 10 pounds of smashed asshole in a 5-pound bag. Oh my gosh, I feel like shit. So, but thank you for being here today. And so, yes, I got banned on Instagram again. John Burke Official got banned today. I called out Dakota Meyer, and somebody in the comments, a friend of mine, had said that he might be potentially trying to do a run for Congress, being that he was shaking General White Rage Miley's hand in that post he made. And I said in the comment, I said if he did, he'd get slaughtered, referencing that he'd get slaughtered in the polls. Well, somebody reported that, and Instagram flagged it as inciting violence. And so I appealed it. Now, when you're about to get your account banned, they will instantly do that thing, or they will flag it. They'll pull down your account and say you've been suspended. You have to do an appeal to get it back. That's kind of like the final strike. So I've appealed it. I'm waiting. I think I might get it back, but if I do, I have one more strike and that account is gone. So I'm not counting on that. But you can follow my backup account at John Burke 1984. JOHNBURK 1984. Also the same name you can follow on Twitter. Those are my accounts there. John Burke 1984. I'll put the links in the chat here soon. And like I say, it's gotten out of hand, man. It has gotten so out of hand on Instagram. The censorship, the draconian terms of services that they have now enforced that just surpass the realms of common sense into insanity and just basic retardation is just mind-boggling to me. I mean, I can understand, like, for example, if somebody's making disparaging comments in a racial manner, like, I get that, yeah. But to say that somebody's going to get slaughtered when referencing the polls, like Instagram, you just need to read the entire context of the quote. And that's the problem, is that their algorithms flag certain words, slaughter being one of them because it's basically kind of like violence, but it's also like figurative. They don't get that. And that's why their algorithms are such just trash. These companies are trash. And I just want to make a reminder. Right now, Governor DeSantis made a push. I think it's to appeal Section 230 over in Florida. And he's going after them. He's going after them in Florida where you can't censor people on social media and basically remove all government protection from companies like Facebook, Twitter, and things like that. And I would like to remind the listeners that Trump and the Republican-controlled Congress had the opportunity to do this, and they did nothing. They did nothing. Now, DeSantis is actually doing it. Trump didn't. Trump did not. Trump said he would, never did. And I remember they had the likes of Crenshaw and out them simping for 230. They're like, well, you know, if we undo this, it could cause a lot of... No, dude. I don't buy that anymore. I don't buy that anymore. It's gotten ridiculous. They should not have any government protections. They should not have any protection from liability. They should be able to be sued.
If it was doing what it was meant to do, then I could see how it would make sense to keep it, right?
Yeah.
So like Elon taking over Twitter.
Yeah.
So Section 230 would probably be a good idea for him because he's saying it's just a platform. I'm not a publisher, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Whereas Instagram, Facebook, they're saying we're going to control everything.
Exactly.
So they're basically the publisher.
Editors. Yeah,
right.
We're publishers. Yeah. And when you take on that role, now you're responsible for everything that hit that platform. But again, when people try and counter that,
would they be responsible for all the misinformation about COVID and all that shit?
100%.
Same
100%.
Same with YouTube.
If they would just simply say, if there was a social media platform, and I think Elon is doing a very interesting social media experiment here, to where he says, look, these are the terms of services. This is just it. Follow this, and whatever you post is whatever you post. You know, the fact checking and stuff, get rid of it. Do away with it. Let people post what they want to post. But right now, Elon, he's leaning more towards the right on the fact checking, which we're all applauding and lauding as being a wonderful thing. But that, again, that sword swings two ways because, you know, the evil that you know, that saying, it fits in every situation that we're currently dealing with. This could bite us in the ass. So I think instead of like applauding when it goes in our favor, we should instead be saying, look, do away with this entirely. No more fact checking, no more any of that. No more of these warnings. Just let it be what it is. And every single user out there has the ability to hit that mute or block button. Leave it up to the user. Stop. And this, again, it tends to frame how our society is with our current government, even around the world, that it's the people that are putting the responsibility on the government, on the big tech, on the higher ups. No, it's your responsibility. Yeah. If there are things in your timeline that you don't like, it's up to you to mute and block them. And if you have that availability, you have that feature, then what are we complaining about? If CNN is posting nonstop garbage, then do away with it. But unfortunately, you know, it's working in our favor right now because people are getting fact-checked hard now, especially people on the left, and they are not used to this. The White House has been fact-checked. Joe Biden has been fact-checked, and that honestly was so surprising to me to see that because never in the last 5-6 years have we ever seen anything remotely like that. And it's just mind-blowing to me how liberals right now are by and large screaming at the sky because Elon has now created a platform where it's not just favoriting right-leaning voices, it's just creating an open, even playing field, as we've said. And liberals don't like that. And I love how they sit there and they preach democracy, free speech, yada, yada, yada. But now we've already seen this, and I posted about this on my account before it got banned, that the reason the White House and these other places around the world are launching these character assassination campaigns on Elon is because he's got the Pandora's box of election interference and so much more because now he's at the helm of Twitter. He's got access to all this information. So what are they going to do? They're going to try and smear this guy, paint him to be a racist, paint him to be a misogynist, xenophobe, every play in the racist handbook the liberals have just indoctrinated and they have tattooed on their ass and stuff like that. And they're doing it right now to Elon. And the White House is tiptoeing around this. They're making veiled threats at Elon because they know that Elon has their balls in his hand. It's like, you better check yourself, Biden and the rest of you, because if you want to push hard, Elon has already come out and said, he tweeted about this, Twitter did get involved in election interference. He did. It's true. We all knew this. Yeah. We all knew this, folks. This is nothing new. Like when somebody comes out, it's like, did you know that Facebook is, no shit.
You know, maybe it'll make a difference to, you know, some Democrats that have a little bit of sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I agree.
So obviously we could have a conversation, be like, obviously Facebook interfered in, like, obviously Twitter was meddling in the election and doing stuff that probably they weren't supposed to. But no, now that Democrats hear these people saying it, maybe they'll be like, you know what? Maybe these guys aren't that great.
maybe they're not what they're cracked up to be.
Are we streaming on Rumble?
Yeah, we are on Rumble. I think there's some issues right now. I apologize for that. I'm checking the Rumble chat right now. YouTube's live as well. I'm not sure what's going on with Rumble. They could be having some issues right now. So, but appreciate you guys being here today. And of course, as you know, once the podcast is done live streaming, we pull it down and then upload it to Spotify, SoundCloud, Podbean, every single platform where you can download podcasts. It's there. So thank you for tuning in for that. Oh my God. Well, hey. Oh my, I'm sorry. I am like, dude, I did not know if I was going to make it into work today. I woke up I was up at like 05. I couldn't breathe, just fighting this sinus infection. And it's kicking my ass right now. I'm on, I can't even think straight. I'm on heroin. I'm on meth. That helps clear it right up. It's great. So, but no, Shell Shock CBD sponsors this episode. We appreciate everybody that has loved and supported the company. You guys are freaking amazing. Black Friday sale is over, and we're pushing into the month of December. We're going to skate through that month, and then we've got some great new things coming for you in the new year. And we are going to fulfill a few requests that we've had from people by and large in regards to other options, other products, natural, holistic-based products that actually do what we want them to do. And we're not going to misadvertise, and we're excited to release this stuff, but it's coming in the future. Yeah. We're catching up on orders. Our crew is working their ass off to get those orders out to you. So if you've made an order in the last week, please be patient. It's coming.
Working very hard.
They're working their asses off. And I think today they should be caught up on all orders. Yeah. So brace yourself with that. And again, we have to just reiterate that once the package leaves the facility, it's hands off. We have no control over it. And we do know that the holiday mail can really play a significant role on when you receive that package. So we're sorry for that. There's nothing we can do about that, though. So please don't email us saying, the package is lost. It's like and here's the thing. We also offer, what is the insurance option?
Yeah.
For $1, you can insure your package. That doesn't go to us. That goes to the third-party application that we use. And if your package gets lost, for that $1, you can get refunded. You can get a full refund, which is great.
Yeah, it really is.
It's all just upcharge $1, and they get that. We don't get that. And it just ensures that if your package does get lost in the holiday mail run or whatever, you get that money back. And then you can do a reorder if you'd like. So that's great. I love that. And it's how it should be. And we're really excited for that. Well, hey, do me a favor. Tap that like button over there on Rumble. We appreciate that. That helps us boost our numbers in the algorithm. And
it's not showing up.
It's not showing up, is it? I don't know what the hell's going on Rumble. It keeps saying upcoming.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening here.
Hubbo Chili is blaming me and my Jewish sorcery.
It is your fault. It is 100% your fault. Fucking Jews. All right, well, you know what? I'm going to restart the
Rumble stream.
The Rumble stream, and we'll deal with that. But anyway, do me a favor. Take over the show for a second while I do this. I'm going to put you on the spot. Jesus. You can handle it, Josh.
All right. One thing we were talking about before when you came in today was the James O'Keefe story.
Yes.
And I can't believe more people aren't outraged.
Well, define the story for them, because I didn't know.
Have you guys? Has anybody? You guys in the chat? Have you guys heard about the James O'Keefe, the whistleblower that came out talking about the children being trafficked in the United States, and it's just not sex trafficking, but using them as slave labor, and I guess they're owed money to cartels.
The cartel, yeah.
So that's what.
And like I said, I didn't know about this until you brought it to my attention.
They'll pimp these kids out.
Yeah.
To pay off their debts. It's the fact
disgusting.
That more of these government officials aren't talking about this is concerning, to say the least, because this should be top priority for everybody in the United States.
Well,
that these kids are coming over here.
React to what people scream the loudest about. So
yeah, they're screaming out about Marjorie Taylor Greene coming out saying disavowing Nick Fuentes. Okay, who cares? This kid is 24 years old.
Yeah.
Who cares what his opinion is?
I agree.
He was at the January. So in 2017, how old was he? He was a teenager. Yeah. Who gives a fuck?
These are, and this is the thing that I hate about the Fuentes and people like him, the grifters, like the Milo Yiannopoulos now, and I've lost all respect for Milo. It's that people who scream, again, the squeaky wheel gets the oil,
right.
And we are so hyper focused now on combating the left's accusations based upon white supremacists and Holocaust deniers like Nick Fuentes that now you have people like Trump, MJT, all these people. That's what they're focused on. Look, man, I get that the culture war plays a pivotal role in our society, but this is not what we should be fighting about right now. This is stupid. So the Kanye, Milo, Nick Fuentes, I think people are finally starting to see this is the dream team of stupid. This is the dream team of stupid, and this is what's clogging up the airwaves. And we could be talking about way more important shit, myself included. But unfortunately, this is what this is what we're forced to discuss.
Yeah.
And this is a waste of time. The Nick Fuenteses of our society are known worldwide for being idiots. This kid is a 24-year-old moron. He's an idiot. And all he does, he's a provocateur. He's a provocateur. This kid does not do any good for anybody. Anybody that's associated with this moron, that's it. That's and his little following of Groyper trolls, little basement-dwelling virgins. They do more damage to any kind of political movement, be it good or bad. And it's like these people are worthless. Milo himself as well. And it's just disgusting.
Even at 24 years old, I knew that this would probably be a more pressing issue than who Donald Trump had dinner with, or what these people think about anti-Semitism and stuff like that, and having her coming out and disavowing Nick Fuentes for segregation comments and all. And here you have these colleges around the country that are implementing segregation.
Yeah, that is hypocritical.
They're setting up safe spaces for black students, places where white students can't. That's segregation.
That is.
So this kid's talking about they're actually doing it.
If it's black people, it's okay. Yeah. It's not segregation.
I'm not saying
it's providing them a safe space from whitey. Yeah, because whitey is so bad apparently.
See, I'm not saying it's right. It's a right thing to do. I think it's stupid. But
I agree.
But they're arguing about Nick Fuentes talking about segregation and how it was good for black people and white people back in the Jim Crow era.
Like this is really what we're.
This is where we are.
Yeah.
So they're actually doing it. This kid's talking about it, but he's the anti-Semite, white supremacist, white nationalist, whatever you call him. I don't even know what these the terminologies they come up with mean anymore. They're pointless. But
so what happened to the James O'Keefe thing?
So I recommend everybody follow him on Rumble. And
he's on Twitter too. They brought back Project Veritas on Twitter.
And watch his vignette that he did, because it's shocking to say the least.
Yeah.
Because it shows these kids and it's our tax dollars that are paying for these kids to be bussed into these places. So they're not necessarily going to people that they came over with. They came over by themselves.
Yep.
And they put them on buses, they put them on planes, and they're shipping these kids out to these houses, like even here in Texas.
Dude, I'm at a loss on this one. The system is so corrupt.
Why isn't that the number one priority to free these kids? You know, we talked about a little bit yesterday about Disney, how in the park they were dropping kids off, trading kids into sex traffic rings. But nobody seems to really care about it. But this Valencia thing, that's a big deal. So so they're taking pictures of kids, around all this S&M stuff.
Yeah. Well, apparently
this seems like a little bit bigger of a deal. Like, that's terrible.
Yeah.
But this is even worse because it's actually these kids are being trafficked.
Oh yeah. Somebody had asked me last night. I did a kind of ask me a question on Instagram, the one before I got banned. And they were asking about, like, how do you deal with, like, child pornography, things such as that when it comes to, like, the companies and things like that. And rarely will I ever admit this, but the cancel culture does work when it comes to pedophilia. Both left and right have enough people to rally around the center of that to where if that comes out, such as Balenciaga, they're going to bend the knee.
Yeah.
You know, when instantly when I say something like the left will get on board with that, they'll be like, well, the left endorses what's going on right now. This is the alt left. More moderate Democrats are not in favor of what's going on in regards to the pornography and things like the child pornography. They're not. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about the fringe on the one side, which is dominated by the trans movement and stuff like that. And speaking of that, the Navy SEAL trans dude, I forget his name. You see this?
Yeah.
He's got a 2-hour special right now. He did an interview and he's detransitioning and he's warning people that he was used. I mean, no, here's the thing. He wasn't used. Like, dude, you voluntarily stepped into that role.
Yeah, you're an adult.
You're an adult. You're a fucking Navy SEAL, bro. You decided to make that choice. But I mean, I'm also saying respect to him for coming out there and admitting this. Mm-hmm. Nothing but respect for that. But apparently he's detransitioned and he's going after the VA. He's going after people like that. And it's like, good for you. Good for you, dude. That's how you should be. Like, it's how we should be operating right now. And he's blowing the whistle on a lot of stuff. I'm going to get the link for you and upload it on my Instagram, and you can see for yourself. And what he has to say, it's disturbing. It's really disturbing. Basically says that the VA kind of used him. He was misdiagnosed, all kinds of stuff. He's going through some health issues. I took a brief look at it, and it's just like, bro, I don't even know what to say to this.
What about that other, the guy who chopped his dick off? And
Which one?
That video that you that posted that?
Yeah, I posted that video yesterday. Yeah,
he was talking about how his vagina was closing up and he was going to have another surgery. Like, they didn't tell him how bad it was going to be.
Yeah, basically,
I can tell if you're going to cut your dick off, it's going to be terrible. It's a bad decision.
They turned his outie into an innie, and apparently. They split his dick, is what they did.
Oh God!
And
that's so nasty.
It is disgusting. Oh, by the way, Rumble is working right now, so appreciate that. But what he did is essentially that he said it's too tight. His mangina is too tight, and that it closes and forms pockets and creates infections. And you're just looking at this, and he's like, I didn't choose to be this. Like, yeah, you did.
You did.
You did. I don't know what you're talking about. You sure as hell did.
What I will say about the doctors that are doing this is, where's your moral compass?
Oh, exactly. Well, because it's bank.
They don't care.
It's bank. And that Navy SEAL dude actually talks about that. And he says that, this is a big, it's a moneymaker. It's a massive moneymaker.
Massive money.
I mean, it is.
They get it.
Was it like 30 to 50 grand per surgery?
It's subsidized.
Yeah.
So you can actually
because it's life-saving healthcare.
Yeah. I'm telling you. I told you the story about that one girl who I knew who was transitioning into being a male, and her therapist, who was also trans, was telling her how to use the government to be able to pay for the drugs, the hormones and shit that will give you a beard and a deeper voice and. I don't know. know. What else?
This is insane. It's just insane how far we've gotten or how far we've fallen from grace in this society. Dude, I don't know what to say anymore. The insanity that we see on a day-to-day basis, it's preposterous. It's mind-blowing.
It's becoming more a war on children
than
anybody else.
You ain't lying.
Because you think abortion, that's their main platform, the Democrats' main platform.
Yeah.
Being able to talk about sex in school to kindergartners, to third graders.
Yep.
Kids are transitioning at a younger. Bill Maher was right. He was like, if it's just this portion of people in California, what the hell's going on over there that there's so many trans kids in California, but not over in Ohio?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, something's going on. If people really need to start waking up to it right now.
I think, well, I mean, the more and more that people talk about it and bring attention to it, it's not that I think that people should have their rights removed. It's that you can still support rights for everybody, but also call out the bullshit and the hypocrisy that they're showing. And I think people can't differentiate between that. There's a difference there. It's like, I support your right to do your transitioning shit, but I also support my right to free speech and say, you're fucking crazy. Yeah, and this should not be normalized.
As soon as you're 18
I'm not
years
preaching
old,
take your rights away.
Yeah, as soon as you're 18 years old, you can make your decisions as an adult, but 17 and under, you're a child. I still think, up until, you're 22, 23, you're still kind of figuring things out as an adult, right? You're starting to learn about paying bills and taking care of yourself and, all that shit.
Yep, I agree.
So I'm like, Nick Fuentes, a 24-year-old kid who's talking about this. It's like, what do I care?
He's just an idiot, man.
It's like the same kids that are on Xbox on playing Call of Duty dropping the N-bomb.
No, I know. That's the funniest shit to me, though.
It's pretty funny.
That's just the nature of it. If you've never been if you've never been in a gaming chat room, bro, you're gonna get subjected to all that would make a liberal snowflake want to kill themselves. It's like, holy crap! Like, this stuff is insane. Like, the level of just vitriol that you have in there. It's like that is what I think gave a lot of people thick skin. When you go into a Call of Duty weight room or chat room, bro, N-words, F-words, it doesn't matter. Your mom, she's in the mix. It doesn't
your mom
matter.
gets in there, everything.
And I won't even sugarcoat. I've probably said a lot of shit in there. And it's like, go fuck your dad or some crap like that. Because let's be honest, it's kind of hurtful when you do like the Call of Duty shit in real life. Somewhat similar, well, not to that extent. Like, I wasn't jumping out of airplanes in like the middle of Somalia or Mogadishu or anything shit like that. But when you're in these games and you're getting your ass kicked by a 13-year-old from China, it kind of pisses you off. It's like, this is not fair. This is bullshit. Come here, suck on one. I'll fucking know you little shit. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Well, all right, man. Let's before I move any further, let me go ahead and spam the links. And look, this is my link on Instagram. It's just John Burke 1984. That's where you can follow me at. I'm gonna spam the link over. I'm still surprised we have the YouTube channel. I figure we get banned by now.
I know.
Instagram.com/John Burke 1984. Go give me a follow on Instagram. Same for Twitter. It's the same for Twitter. You can follow me over there. And apparently, I don't have the article pulled up on this, but I watched it happen live. Elon apparently went to go visit Apple, and they have settled their beef. Apple is not going to pull Twitter from the App Store, and they said we never were. There was misinformation. Bullshit. Bull fucking shit. Elon called your fucking bluff. Yeah. He was going to short your stock. And then you nutless wonders caved. Oh, yeah. You fucking caved.
How hilarious would that have been?
Elon is like a Trump. He goes in there's like,
I will sell Trump 1 cent.
Yeah. It's like, I'm going to sell your stocks for 1 cent and then I'm going to dominate. So all these fucking liberals over on Twitter, Apple's, what's the market cap? Yeah, they just bent the knee to Twitter.
Yeah.
Because and this is the thing. Like I said before, because the White House is running so much negative ops on this guy, they know the power Elon has. The EU is threatening to ban Twitter. Britain is threatening to ban Twitter, and that's fine. But you're also going to give up the platforms of your politicians and all. What are you left with? Left-leaning platforms. Mm-hmm. And now you're going to have, kind of like how we have dual economies, you're going to have dual social media. Yeah. But the dual social media, here's the thing. I know I'm all over the place. Trump is an idiot for staying on Truth Social. He needs to come over to Twitter. He's got over, last I checked, he had like 80 million followers. On Truth Social, he's got like 4 million. Yeah, Bro, what are you doing?
Post on Truth Social, screenshot it, put it on Twitter.
There you go. That's the smartest way to go about it. But you are missing out on a massive platform. He needs to come back.
I think he does it eventually.
I think he will as well. He'd be foolish not to. Yep. But that, you've got Twitter, a mainstream, if not the most mainstream social media network out there, is now competing with Instagram and Facebook. Because Facebook and Instagram, same company. Yeah. You've got Twitter to offset it. And now Democrats are basically doing what the conservatives did back in 2021 with the launch of True, 2022, excuse me, with the launch of Truth Social. They've created Tribal, Mastodon. They are now spread out. They still have Instagram, but they're running. They've got nothing. They are so disenfranchised. They don't know where to collectively huddle. And conservatives face the same issue. We had so many different platforms launched. We had Parler, Getter, MeWe, Kiwi, Fruit, all this shit. And we were spread out across all these platforms. And now, as Elon continues to push and take over Twitter, conservatives are going to start coming back to Twitter and essentially unite in one platform. And there you've got it. And again, you still have a lot of leftists still on that platform. They're not leaving. So it's kind of interesting to see like the dichotomy of how this is playing out. It's very, like, I never in a million years could have seen it going this way. Yeah. But just like with everything else, we're here for it. Yeah, we're here for it.
If you're on Twitter, I just recommend everybody go to Bette Midler's page.
Oh my, yes. Go troll the ever-loving shit
out
of that
bitch. Troll the shit out of her. Let her know that she needs to give her wealth back to the Native American people, as well as all of her property.
I agree. If she is so adamant about that.
She's so adamant about it that the white man stole the land and she's partaking in it.
She is.
So she is. Make sure you get over there and let her know that she needs to give all of her stuff away.
I do want to give a shout out to Tommy Vexed. I love Tommy. He's going to be doing the podcast here when he gets back. But he's like, him and a few others like gave me instant shout outs on Instagram to help me get my followers to come back, because we have a lot of mutual followers. Yeah. These other big accounts, dude, I don't hear a peep from them. Apparently, Tommy's going to go on Andy Frisella's podcast today, give me a shout out as well. And I didn't ask him to. I asked him to give me a shout out on Instagram. He's like, absolutely, because we do that for each other. But he said he was going on Andy's podcast today, so hopefully I'll get a shout out from Andy, and we can just kind of build the following back up. But the good thing about it, maybe it was a blessing in disguise, because the John Burke official page was shadow banned so hard that I see people on the new page, which was the John Ross page, and I converted it to my John Burke 1984. Like, dude, I haven't seen you post in months. I was like, your other account, I haven't seen anything. It's like, yeah. So as soon as I start posting on the John Burke 1984 now, everybody's seeing it because I have no strikes on it. So I have to be very careful with what I post. And that's why I'm trying to get more people to come follow me over on Twitter, because I feel like Twitter is going to be way more lenient, way more understanding than Instagram is going to. Because Instagram, they're only going to get worse from here, folks. It's only getting worse. And I understand that many of you are not in the political space. You want to take Instagram and post your family stuff. And I'm not knocking that. But it's like these political people that are trying to keep you informed and abreast of all these political situations. And you want to continue getting these notifications shit, because you certainly can't get it from CNN or Fox and be truthful about it. And it's a shame that it comes down to, we're opinion. Like, I'm not even, don't take us as that we're not the news. We are not the news. We give opinions on the news. There's a difference. There is a difference, because sometimes we get it wrong. Sometimes we get it wrong. But I never want people, like when people say, like, you're my news source, like, no. I give my comments on the news. So there's a stark difference there. I know one page I follow, it's like Real News, No Bullshit. They post some pretty accurate stuff. And it's kind of funny because of the name, and it's true. Yeah. Because MSM they sold out such a long time ago.
That's why I like justthenews.com.
Yeah. I never looked at that one.
John Solomon. He's great.
Yeah.
That's a great
I never
site.
saw that one.
Yeah, it's justthenews.com. They're up to date on everything. It's, it's middle of the road stuff. They're not picking one side over another. They're just reporting the news as the news comes in.
Hold on. I don't mean to cut you off. This dude, I got to give him a shout. He DM'd me yesterday on my account before I got banned. This is from Free Range Muscle. He wrote me a letter, and he sent us some T-shirts. These are actually really nice. Is this next level? Because it feels good. 100% combed, ring spun cotton. The tag does not appear to be ripped out. Doesn't seem to be from China. That's a good thing. This is from, he says, huge fan of your content for a few years. I listen to the All American Savage Show podcast every day and love your perspective on all political plane. I don't want to read all of us what he had to say. You can go to Free Range Muscle. His Instagram is Free Range Muscle, also freerangemuscle.com. Check this out. This is a nice shirt. It's simple, just Free Range Muscle. He said, free-range animals are the healthiest and strongest in the world. We are no different. We are truly free to exercise our freedoms when our bodies and minds are both healthy and strong. This guy sounds like me, but way more PC. I shouldn't say PC, but no cussing. So good for you. we living our lives to the fullest potential, not dependent on government, pharmaceuticals, or weighed down by obesity. Muscle mass is directly related to survivability in any kind of injury and any kind of illness. The more muscle mass you have, the more likely you are to survive. Muscle is freedom. Become truly free range. This is freerangemuscle.com. Pretty sick shirt. I like this.
Yeah, it is.
Holding up on the stream. It's also got it on the back near the shoulders. Simple. It's it's very. We have the worst luck with shirts with Shell Shock. We can't make a shirt to save our life.
I know.
This is actually really nice though. Very well done, sir. There's the shout out. He's veteran, I believe. And again, that is freerangemuscle.com. And go show some love. This feels good. This is good fabric. I like the fact this is more like an athletic fit, it appears. And it's not like that. I hate Gildan. I hate Gildan. When anybody sends me a shirt in Gildan, I throw it away. I'm not going to wear it. It's ridiculous, but this is nice. I like this. So well done. Okay, gave you the shout out. I'm sorry it took so long. I apologize for that. I can get that off my conscience. There you go. Thank you for being a supporter of the show, man. I do appreciate that. It's been sitting here on my desk for like the last 2 days, but Josh can tell you I get so wrapped up in the podcast. Yeah. And then when we're over, I look like, oh, fuck, I forgot to give that a shout out. So, and got a Christmas card from Fire for Effect Candles. Thank you. Matter of fact, I had it burning here yesterday. It's Fire for Effect Candle. It's at FF_candle_CO. Fire for Effect Candle Company on Instagram. You can go check them out. These are actually really good, folks. God, I love that. That smells like Christmas. So big thank you to them. They sent us a Christmas card. That was really nice of me. It said, for the boys, thank you for all the support this year. Here's to a kick-ass 2023. Beautiful card. Thank you, dude. I sincerely support or appreciate that support, man. Thank you so much. That's nice to get.
It is.
I like getting stuff like that. It's nice to be appreciated because God knows we don't feel it sometimes. But I was getting tagged a lot in the Spotify wrap up. Apparently, at the end of the year, that I don't listen to Spotify. The 2 times I've had an account, it got hacked. I was like, fuck this. But Spotify apparently sends you notifications of what you listen to the most, and people are tagging me and the podcast. And I am so like, wow, thank you so much. And we have so many people that are tagging us in the All American Savage show on Instagram. Yeah. And they have us up there with the likes of Ben Shapiro and these other people. And I'm like, holy hell. Like, I am honestly
humbled.
That's very humbling. So thank you. And please continue to do so because that actually gets more people exposed to the podcast. I mean, we used to have a massive following on social media. They ban us. And then when you do that, it lets people know, oh, no, this is where he's at now. Because once you get banned, people don't really know. It's like, I haven't seen so-and-so in a while. Where's he at? And then they shadow ban you and they can't find your account, which is really fucked up. So, but thank you to everybody that has shared the podcast and tagged us. You guys are phenomenal. I can't thank you enough. Do me a favor. If you did it before, do it again at the John Burke 1984, please. That's all I can ask. So, all right, folks, let's get into the news. This is just so much to cover. All right. EU threatens to ban Twitter over Elon Musk's free speech. Holy shit. Son of man, child of God, donated $50 on Rumble. Says, love you guys. Thanks for the podcast and the nightmare free sleep. Merry Christmas and God bless. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Damn.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Thank you for that $50 donation. Oh, before I forget.
Great name, too.
Yeah, very good name. I think he's donated before.
Yeah, he has.
Thank you. If you join our locals community, we're going to start doing some giveaways. Now, remember, if you subscribed on Twitch, locals is the same thing. Locals is the way you can do that. So I've got a channel over there, and the link is on my Rumble page, and you can go subscribe at $4.99 a month. And Josh and I are going to sit down and figure out how we can host giveaways to those paid subscribers. Now, you do have to be a paid subscriber to access this feature. It gets you into the community, and basically it supports the show, folks. Yep. And we appreciate that. That's kind of like the paywall. But we're going to start doing some giveaways, probably some shell shock giveaways, like Delta 8, whatever. We'll leave it up to you. Y'all can decide. We'll have to figure out a way to do the raffle. But I'm not sure how often we're going to do it. But if you become a subscriber on Locals and you support the show over there, we're going to be doing some ways to give back to y'all. So thank you very much for doing that. Again, that is Locals. This is Rumble owns it. It's a very good platform. And the link is on the Rumble page itself. It says join John on Locals right here, support Locals right there. So thank you guys for doing that. All right, let's get into it. EU threatens to ban Twitter over Elon Musk's free speech plans. Again, folks, this is why they're going after him. He's now got control of the reins. They can't control this guy. What are they going to do? Either we're going to smear him or we're going to ban Twitter. They had no problem with Twitter doing what they were doing before under the likes of Jack Dorsey and those morons up there. But Elon suddenly starts saying, hey, we're going to balance the scales. And like, oh, we cannot have this. This is too much. No. What are you doing? You have so much hate speech over there. I don't get this guy whatsoever.
Yeah, it's strange that they don't get outraged when he actually comes out and says the level of interference into the election is startling.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, what are you talking about?
Because they're having their freaking rules turned on them. Yeah. Now you got to play fair, and you don't like that. And so I'm going to take my ball and go home. Well, fuck you and your ball. No, take your ball and go home.
They've known what they've been doing for such a long time.
Yeah. So let's not even get it twisted. We all knew. That's how crazy our society is. We saw the level of cognitive dissonance that users on Twitter had, leftist users on Twitter had, all around the world as well. That conservative voices or anybody that opposed leftist ideologies got. And holy shit, son of man, child again. This is for Josh. Sorry, John. He donated $100. What the fuck? He did that before. I remember that. He did that. Thank you for the $150 donation. Appreciate that, man.
All right, I guess I'll just take this up.
This is getting posted to our OnlyFans. We should start a Shell Shock OnlyFans. I think we talked about that before. But EU threatens to ban Twitter, blah, blah, blah. Twitter could be banned from the EU if Elon Musk, and here's the thing, there's a way to get around that. You can still download the app. You know, they talk about, you can still get the app.
Yeah.
They can talk about banning it all they want. There are ways to get around it. So they're screaming out into the nothing. They're screaming out into the abyss. These are toothless barks. So Brinton, the European Union's International Market Commissioner, has reportedly ordered Elon Musk to abandon some of his free speech plans for Twitter to risk seeing the platform banned from operating within the EU. Dumb move, but go ahead and try them. Because again, Musk doesn't have just dirt on American politicians. He's got dirt on everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. It comes as Musk continues pushing the platform in a direction more accepting of freedom of speech, unbanning the likes of former President Donald Trump and reversing Twitter's hardline policing of COVID-related content. I think he also announced, I think it was this month, that the COVID warnings are going away on Twitter. Or was that Instagram? It was probably Twitter, because Instagram, they're a bunch of cucklords over there. But he said, yeah, after this, we're done. No more of those warnings. It's over. So
it's the dumbest fucking thing that you could possibly. If that doesn't scream propaganda,
no shit.
I'm not sure what does.
We definitely live in an age of massive propaganda out there. Because
literally 1984. That if you haven't seen it,
you are not lying.
Go see
you are not lying, and this is where we're at. But you know, people aren't going to say anything because they live so comfortably in their lives, and it doesn't really affect them. But when it does affect them, it's like we're sitting here saying, like, look, guys, it will eventually come at you, and you better give a shit, because, you know, it's kind of like that saying, like, first they came for the socialists, I said nothing. They came for the communists, I said nothing. Yeah. Came for the Jews, said nothing. Then they came for me, and nobody was there to say anything.
Yep.
I'm telling you, the same principle applies.
Yeah.
But liberals don't care, because, you know, when it's working in their favor, why should they care? Why should they care? And conservatives better think the same way, you know, with this whole Elon thing, as far as letting people decide as a group what they want to do. It's like this could easily turn into tyranny by the majority.
Yeah.
So, however, in what appears to be partly an attempt at appeasing global elites, Musk has repeatedly said that he has no intentions of allowing the platform to be completely free, promising leaders that he will limit the reach of content governments deem offensive. Doesn't that even just scream fascism right there? Listen to that again. Promising leaders that he will limit the reach of content governments deem offensive. What gives the government any right to deem anything offensive? The government is not the arbiter of truth and morality. They are not. Again, that's why I say church and state should not be the same. You are not the arbiters of what should be allowed to be said in public or on social media. Fuck governments. And I'm telling you, people are eventually getting fed up. Yeah. They are getting very fed up. I mean, what's going on in China right now? We've got some articles about what Apple is doing to suppress the Chinese protests from being airdrop functions and stuff like it's just insane. It's just insane. According to a report by the Financial Times on Wednesday, however, it appears that such a promise is not enough for Brinton, with the commissioner said to have threatened Musk during a meeting that the EU could see the platform banned from all of its member states if he does not bow to every single one of the bloc's demands. You're going to lose if you go up against Twitter. You're going to lose. You're not going to win on that one. Well, the EU officially later wrote on Twitter that he welcomed the CEO's intent to get Twitter 2.0 ready to implement EU regulations. The bigwig then redirected users towards platform rival Mastodon. It's never going to work. Never going to work. To see exact demands he was making of the social media giant, which included censoring content, working with so-called fact checkers, and the demonetization and spread of disinformation. This is 1984. And the only way this ends is when people start shooting. That's the only way it ends. You cannot legislate morality. All you can do is give good guys with guns, and that's literally it. Wouldn't it be interesting? I shouldn't say it, but wouldn't it be weird if a world war was created over social media censorship? Imagine that.
Like Skynet?
Well, yeah. I mean, why not?
It's looking more and more like that as we move through it sounds ridiculous, but it's
entirely possible. Entirely possible. And it's mind-blowing to me.
Yeah.
But it's true that social media has become the agora where everybody gathers to discuss. But I feel like it could be manipulated in a sense or changed if Section 230 were just done away with. And watch what happens.
I don't know. Do people really discuss things on Twitter?
Yeah.
I feel like it's more of a shouting match and just like one-liners and zingers because I'm not going there to debate with somebody because you're never going to change somebody else's mind. Like if I just want to know what's going on, you go to Twitter and you immediately know what's happening right now. So you go on Twitter right now and see Kanye West on Alex Jones's podcast talking about Hitler might have been a nice guy. I mean,
he said he liked Hitler for some things.
Yeah,
I saw the piece and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, but you could go on Twitter. I'm not going to debate anybody about that, but it's interesting to go and see something like that happening in real time, right?
It doesn't surprise me.
I think conversations happen just through podcasts like this where you just openly talking about things.
100%.
Nobody should be shot down for just wanting to have an open discussion about something.
I fully agree.
That's why I think Crowder's changed my mind. And
the funny thing is though, you're not going to be changing anybody's mind. No, those people are so far
not necessarily
out of it.
There on the spot, but his content that he posts later to his channels, can obviously change somebody else's mind when he's talking about transgenderism or whatever the topics are that they go over. I don't know.
Well, the way to get people out of that is when you essentially wake them up from the echo chamber they've been surrounded themselves by. Like, for example, you're not going to change a liberal's mind that is indoctrinated, that is attending a liberal college, such as like SMU and stuff like that. Yeah. You will here and there, but by and large, you won't. You just won't, because that's all they hear nonstop. And that's why people are so upset that Twitter is being essentially opened up. And I'm not going to say free speech, but freer speech than what we had before. Mm-hmm. And that's why they're scared, because now, don't take me verbatim on this. I'm just giving you an example that you can make it to juxtapose it with. Maybe not juxtapose, but to give you something that's more understandable. It'd be the difference of kind of like the Gestapo attending like a Nazi academy. And then the academy kind of gets exposed and people start saying and waking up. It's like, look, this is what you've been taught. You've been indoctrinated. Yeah. And they're going to try and shut that down. They don't want those voices penetrating these academies and changing the mind of the youth. Because, folks, we all know if you want to change the next generation, you go after the youth. And that's what they're doing. Yeah. And I feel like that's why these liberal college campuses don't want these conservative speakers. They don't even want people to be able to say anything. They want you silenced. They don't want any opposition of thought or perspective to be allowed into their echo chamber, because it potentially could change people's minds, and that once prominent thought process or that once prominent perspective has now been dismantled, dissected, and destroyed. Yeah. And they don't want that. Mm-hmm. And I really feel like that Navy SEAL who came out and is detransitioning, I really feel like they're going to try and suppress that, because I feel this trans thing, it's a fad. It is a fad. And I think eventually it's not going to wear away to the point where we want it to, but it's going to die down, because more and more people are coming out and they're being less afraid to say what they want to say, such as transgender is insanity. You are insane. Yeah. You should not be lauded. You should not be praised. You should not be applauded. You are insane. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a personal friend. You have issues, and you need to get help. You need to get help. And to sit there and deny it just, every time I say this, my mind goes in this tumble cycle of just down this rabbit hole of, when we say follow the science, liberals have been screaming that for years, and you follow no science.
None. Their science.
None.
They make the rules up as they go along.
Yeah.
That's when you have Fauci saying, "I am the science."
Well, now he's coming out and saying, "I never called for lockdowns. I never called to make this political." Dude, I hope somebody puts a bullet in your fucking head.
At least you are a traitor. In the balls, right?
He's a piece of shit. This guy is a piece of shit. I don't get this. He should be tried for crimes against not only America but the world. Gain-of-function research was proven to be shown that we invested $600K into that lab in Wuhan. And then again, look at what's happened in China. Remember before Wuhan, or remember before COVID got released? Protests. Yeah. And it's happening again. Watch for what China does in response and retaliation. MSM is not covering the Iranian protests?
Nope.
Why? MSN isn't really touching the Chinese protests?
What about the Brazilian one?
I don't even know about that one.
Yeah, there's like...
Oh, yeah, that's right. They were trying to,
After the
why isn't the press like all over this? This is human rights.
They don't want anybody else to see. They just want everybody to think that everybody else is just falling in line and following their liberal agenda.
When the elite powerful,
at least that's what it seems like to me.
Yeah, when the elite powerful are losing their grip on the world society, what are they going to start doing? And folks, people are going to start looking to America. You know why? Because we got the guns. We've got the guns.
Got the swagger.
We got the swagger. And I'm telling you this right now, folks. When you start seeing America and you start seeing Americans stand up and they start defending themselves against the corrupted FBI and the DOJ, you're going to start seeing the world take note of this. And America, hopefully, eventually one day can become a shining bastion of freedom again. Yeah. But it's good. We have some very dark times ahead of us. Very dark times. This Biden administration is just insane. Come January, we'll see what Congress does at this point. We'll be gridlocked, which is what we need. It's kind of like...
At least to slow down damage he's doing right now.
Well, it worries me because McConnell and the GOP elite establishment, they're no different than the left.
No, they're just basically all Democrats. I mean, if you got to put a name on them, I would just name them Democrats.
Shitheads. Dick anus. Oh, my gosh. But yeah. Elon Musk says he is exactly aligned with the censorious European Union on internet speech, Breitbart London, While extreme, it appears that Brinton's threat that Twitter could be banned from the EU if it does not comply may be more bark than bite, with Politico reporting that the mechanisms to actually see the platform axe from the block will likely not be in place until 2024. What's more, while agreements are currently in place between various tech giants and the European Union on the regulation of disinformation and hate, as of now, these agreements are entirely voluntary in nature, with Twitter being under no obligation to follow any guidelines set out. Now, keep that in mind how we talk about big tech agreements. Mark Zuckerberg weighs in, slams Apple amid company's feud with Elon Musk, saying conflict of interest. Zuckerberg called Apple's App Store business practices problematic on Wednesday. Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg called out Apple on Wednesday over the company's nearly singular control over cell phone applications amidst an ongoing feud between Apple and Twitter CEO Elon Musk. During a Wednesday interview at the New York Times DealBook conference, Zuckerberg echoed some of Musk's criticism of Apple, claiming the company's policies surrounding content moderation often target competitors, posing a conflict of interest. Now, the reason I wanted to bring this up is that Zuckerberg has announced he's taking this position. He saw what happened with Parler. He saw the power that Apple's got. And if for some reason, it's kind of like it's put it this way. Once the lion realizes his own strength and what his capabilities are, he's unstoppable. Apple kind of has that. And Zuckerberg realizes that. We see massive conglomerations. It's almost like a Cold War right now. The shooting hasn't started. And Elon's doing a very good way of navigating his way through these waters. I will give the guy that. And we're seeing right now that when Zuckerberg comes out and takes a stance of saying, that's a little fucked up of what Apple has the capabilities of doing, bro, why are you taking that stance? That's never been a stance that he's ever taken. Never to that extent. Facebook is also known for election meddling, donating to Democrat causes. Facebook is a leftist propaganda organization. Let's not even get it twisted. But the fact that he's taken Elon's side on this tells you who is really holding all the power right here. And I hate to say this, it's Apple. It is Apple. Apple has the ability. And the reason Apple bent the knee is because Elon has the capabilities, he has the technology to launch his own phone and easily become a main competitor with Apple. And honestly, I think he should do it either way. I really think he should do it either way.
Tim Cook might be the Antichrist.
Tim Cook, dude, he fucking...
Is it strange that it's an apple as their symbol with a bite taken out of it? Now we just can't seem to put it all back. Once you see, you just can't unsee it. Know what I mean?
Like Tim Cook even said that Ye might actually make it in president. I think Tim fucking... And this is why I kind of get pissed off when people do these stupid fucking posts to try and like generate clicks and likes and stuff like that. But he said I could easily see Ye might win the 2024 election. Dude, you're smarter than that. This is a provocation. He's trying to just get shares and stuff. And when people do stuff like that, it really discredits your platform. It discredits what you're saying because you're clearly trying to manipulate the system to get more followers, get more likes, get more clicks. And it's like, okay, well, at this point now, again, we go back to the same position as Ye. You're the boy who cries wolf. When are you being serious and when are you not? And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. That's very disingenuous. That's intellectually dishonest. Stop fucking doing that. Don't play the system. So that's just where I stand on that. Mm-hmm. It's problematic for one company to be able to control which app experiences end up on a device. The vast majority of profits in the mobile ecosystem go to Apple, he said. Zuckerberg, who owns social media, because I think what Zuckerberg's actually worried about is if that Apple and Twitter start kind of like talking between each other and Twitter starts getting more favoritism than Facebook. I just don't know. The possibilities, I think this is what Zuckerberg's going to try and do to salvage his hemorrhaging company right now, to where it's like, look, make sure there's no alliance formed to where we kind of get edged out or we don't get the same kind of benefits that Twitter does, but possibly. Again, I feel that Elon does hold a lot of the cards because you have Apple and you've got Facebook and Instagram that have all this political corruption and interference. But now you've got another third player on the world stage and he's got the same access to the same information, if not more. And I feel like they're scared. I feel like they are genuinely scared. It's like, fuck, damage control right now, because a lot of PR firms, when something gets fucked up, they're going to say, address it now. Don't wait for some other organization to release it. Do it now. Make the first statement so you can at least somewhat try and control the narrative. I think that's what Zuckerberg's going to be doing right here. He's trying to get on top of this and take the position of, look, I don't think that one person should have all that control. There was a clip about Elizabeth Warren that came out, I think, yesterday, and she was interviewed on Capitol Hill and basically said, what do you feel about Elon's use of Twitter and free speech? And she basically said, and I'm paraphrasing, one man alone in a dark room should not have the capabilities of determining what can and cannot be said on social media. The hypocrisy in that statement alone, from what this woman just said, it's like, well, then the difference is one man versus a group. It's the same thing. Yeah. It's the same thing. One versus a group. And it's not a democracy.
Yeah, I still don't think it was an accident that Zuckerberg went on Joe Rogan's show and then talked about how the FBI came into his organization and told him that there was some Russian disinformation that was coming down the pipe and just to keep an eye out for it.
Yeah.
I don't think he just like...
That was them basically just saying, hey, this is what we're about to do. Yeah. Make sure you magnify this.
I think his statements were premeditated. Like, he knew what he was going to do when he got on Joe Rogan's podcast. He knew he was going to bring it up. He was going to talk about Facebook and all that stuff. So I think he's probably got some bigger picture stuff that he's working on right now to try to clean up his image.
Well, his company's been hemorrhaging so much fucking money.
Yeah. So he's got to try to get back in the good graces of his the boomers who use Facebook more than anybody else, right? Who uses Facebook right now?
Well, I mean, I'm still on there because I still have like 25,000 followers on the last remaining page I've got.
Yeah, I don't...
But outside of that, no, I don't use it. Right. I pushed more to Instagram.
Maybe Gen X and boomers and up, but nobody else is using...
The newer generations have pushed on to Twitter. It's always going to be there.
Right.
Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, I think are the three prominent social media platforms people are using by and large. Facebook, I think the user numbers are dropping. Yeah. Elon already said that Twitter use is now at an all-time high. The levels of signups that he's had in the last, I want to say 2 weeks, have surpassed anything Twitter had ever done in the past. So it tells you, well, okay, this is a twofold point. Number one, user numbers are going way up. When advertisers see that, they're going to come flocking back. That's where everybody's at. That's what they want to see. That's again, he's got the people, they have the ad money, he's the medium. So all these advertisers that want to pull their ads, that's fine. You're going to eventually come back. You will eventually come back.
Oh, yeah.
Because when they rely inherently on social media to generate a lot of their sales, They're going to come crawling back.
Yeah.
And Elon's going to accept it. And he should.
Obviously, they were doing well on it if they stayed on that platform.
Exactly.
Running ads, getting ads. So
all Elon's got to do is just open up the gun sales. But I know the government's going to try and step in and regulate that and say, nope, you can't do this because blah, 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 blah. Fuck it. I really feel, and this is me just thinking out loud, I think Elon needs to take Twitter out of America. Go offshore somewhere to where you find a government, say for example, like maybe Switzerland or something like that, a government that is not going to try and control you. Mm-hmm. And that way, when the White House says, we're keeping an eye, you have no jurisdiction on Twitter.
You could do that in America, right?
No.
Yeah, America being like, well, we're going to shut down Twitter altogether.
They won't. No.
They just wear a mask for 2 years and the government.
No, that's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about.
You don't think they would not allow Twitter to come in if it was in another country?
No. Yeah. No, because here's the thing. You got to remember, this is Joe Biden's direct link to the people. How much is this guy tweeting out a day?
Not him.
Well, you get the point that I'm trying to make, though. Yeah. It's that direct line to the people. That's why Trump's stupid for not coming back to Twitter. But I'm saying that is if you take Twitter out of America, and when you've got the likes of, gay, black, lesbian, Korean Jean-Pierre, and that dumb fucking administration, they say, we're keeping an eye on Twitter. And that one guy says, you better fix your company or Congress will. That goes away. You have no control. You can't do shit. You have no jurisdiction in another country. So here's what the deal is. You either accept it or you shut the fuck up. But they can investigate Elon. They're trying to. They are trying to character assassinate. Yeah. So it would be in Elon's best interest. Take it out of America, take it to a country, and then just exist there.
I just don't think it would be out of the realm of possibility that the United States government would shut down Twitter from coming into the country if they had some. They
haven't done it with TikTok. I mean, I don't know.
Well, no, but look at all the stuff that they have on them. I mean, on the government.
Well,
if Elon has all this information about the inner workings of Twitter and conversations between politicians and
that could
Twitter
also be
higher-ups,
that could be his ace in the hole and his leverage or his blackmail card to say, if you do that, I'm going to release this to the press.
Yeah, I think they would do anything in their power not to have that information out to the public.
But they'd have no control over that, because if that stuff hits the press, he's done.
I mean, I personally think,
the administration done.
The Chinese virus, came at a real convenient time.
Yeah.
To where everybody's going to have to wear a mask, and then we're going to have mass mail-in ballots, and they really had a good control over the election.
You bring up a good point real quick. I don't mean to cut you off, but the Herschel Walker race in Georgia, I do believe ballot harvesting is illegal in Georgia. Don't quote me on that. But I feel like if Georgians go over there and they start adopting the same tactics and techniques the left has, I think Herschel Walker's going to dominate that election. And if it does happen, that's going to send leftists, or that's going to send Democrats into a panic, because now the right is mirroring their actions and they're going to lose at their own game.
It's about time.
And then you're going to start seeing the left trying to use other techniques to try and secure and win these elections. And when they do that, dude, we're going down this rabbit hole that's just really bad. Really bad.
I mean, it's really it's the lesser of two evils. It's not. There's no good decision. It's just, which decision are you going to make?
Yeah.
Are you going to try to win back democracy?
Yeah.
And freedom, or are you going to let these guys keep kicking us in the nutsack every time there's an election?
Kristi Noem, governor, she just banned the TikTok app from being used by all state-level employees.
Yeah, that's smart.
And that's how it should be.
Yeah.
But she didn't ban it for the people. She banned it for government employees on their phones, on government cell phones. 100%. That is a data. Smart. That is a communist communist data collection platform. It's been proven. Again, Trump said he was going to ban it. He didn't. He said he was going to try and get it into American hands. He didn't. And that's the thing. If the Biden administration, if, for example, they try and shut down Twitter and they haven't done shit about TikTok, you talk about the hypocrisy. But Biden isn't, you know why they're not touching TikTok, folks? I'll tell you right now. Because look at what happened during COVID. Who did they bring in? These douchebag, effeminate fucking cucklords from TikTok, these 18-year-old influencers. They brought them in there. They manipulated these kids with propaganda and used them to spread massive disinformation and lies via TikTok. They weren't fact-checked. They believed it. Everybody bought into it, hook, line, and sinker. Nobody questioned it. If you did question it, you were censored. You were silenced.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. That's the problem right there. But that's why I feel like the Biden administration, if they knew what they were doing when they try and recruiting these TikTok influencers. I'm sorry. When you're an 18, 19-year-old, you don't know what's going on in the world. You're kind of stupid. You're very ignorant to the world. You have no experience, by and large.
That's the biggest thing.
Not everybody, but by and large.
Not necessarily that you're ignorant or you're dumb or anything like that.
Yeah,
but
you're just inexperienced.
You're inexperienced to where, you haven't really had a real job or real responsibilities where you got to come up with your rent. Maybe some do. I mean, there's exceptions to everything.
Naturally.
But for the most part, you have, these young kids coming out of high school or not going to college or going to college and trying to pay bills and stuff.
Yeah.
After you get to 25, 26, 20, then you start to really get a good grasp on that, how things are starting to work. And then by the time you're in your mid-30s, maybe you're married, maybe you have some kids, and you're like, oh, man,
you start to come into yourself.
This government
you start to understand. When you start paying taxes.
Yeah.
We're going to be taking some of your calls. The number is 214-817-1689. Again, that number is 214-817-1689. We're going to field some of your calls, and we want to hear what you have to say about what we've currently discussed before we move on to new topics out there. And again, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at JohnBurke1984 and Twitter at 1984. Go drop me a follow, tweet me out, send me a DM on Instagram, whatever the case may be. And we sincerely appreciate your love and support over there. And again, we just got done discussing Mark Zuckerberg slamming Apple, the EU threatening to ban Twitter and things such as that. I don't think they're going to do it. Like I said, I don't think they're going to ban anything. It's just, I think these are just, it's barking. It's barking from these political figures because they want to hear themselves talk. They want their constituency or their voter base to hear and make it look as if they're taking a stance, yada, yada, yada. But I really don't feel like they're going to ban this. It's just, it's too big. It's too big. But part of me is kind of like, I really wish that if like all social media got nuked, that'd probably be a really good thing for our society.
All right, we got a call coming in.
Let's do it.
All right.
We'll start at the beat.
I don't think they're doing it. Like I said, I don't
Yellow, you're live.
It's just, I think these are, it's barking.
Hey, let me turn off the sound on this. Yeah, as far as Facebook and Twitter goes, I personally think Facebook should be taken down and out for all the stuff that they have done in the past with the elections and so forth.
Yeah.
And for them to say that, white people cannot, or white people are the only ones that can racist. Dude, I grew up in the north side of Champaign, Illinois, the only white boy in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell me that shit at all because, yeah, I was getting treated with a lot of racism myself. You guys learn how to fight at an early age where I grew up.
Yeah. These are the things that you can't say out loud because if you do, you're a racist.
Exactly.
Yeah. White people are the ones that can be racist.
I'm not a racist. I hate everybody equally. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
And
I think Facebook should definitely be brought to task. But again, I think what happens is they get this guy in front of Congress, in front of the Senate. Ted Cruz grills him. We get some really good soundbite and some viral clips. Like, oh yeah, he fucking slam dunked, and literally nothing happens. No. Nothing happens. Section 230 is still there. Crenshaw simped for it. The other people simped for it. When Republicans had control of Congress, they didn't do dick all for it. So right now, it just seems like we got to hold our Republican representatives, hold their feet to the fire. It's like, look, dude, you guys sit there and you claim all these things, but what the fuck are you actually doing? What did you do back in 2016 and moving forward? You did nothing. You did nothing. And now it's like, look what happened. So come 2024, we'll see what happens. Thank you for your call, man. I appreciate that. And I don't know if because again, if we take it.
I personally don't.
Well, sorry.
I don't trust the government in general because, you've got these rhino Republicans that say, "Oh yeah, we're going to do it like Lindsey Graham."
Yeah. Oh, that dude's
what has he ever done?
Yeah, he's a grifter. And people don't realize that Lindsey Graham stood in opposition to the bill that got passed to allow veterans to sue the government for malpractice at the hands of the VA and while currently in the service as well. Lindsey Graham stood adamantly against it. And that's when I was like, you know what? Fuck this guy. Fuck him. I'm done. I'm done with him. But again.
Well, I'm a veteran too.
Mm-hmm.
Almost 8 years in the Marine Corps.
Uh-huh.
I got retired due to medical.
Uh-huh.
I was 2 tours in Iraq. So, yeah, my faith in VA, I had a buddy of mine that I served with. He died in my arms, not overseas, here in the States because of the VA.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a very common thing, unfortunately.
Yeah. My grandfather, they were great for him. But
well, I appreciate your call, man. Thanks for weighing in.
Not a problem.
Right. Yeah, thanks. Have a good day. But I see what he's saying there. The problem though is if we take down Facebook, you got to take down Twitter for the same thing. Twitter was complicit again, but now because we have new ownership, we'll see. I don't know. I just feel like once we have the 2024 elections happen, I'm honestly worried. I'm honestly worried, man, because when 2024 hits, if Trump loses, and I just don't know how much more election meddling people are going to be tolerant of. I don't know. It's a powder keg right now, man. It is a powder keg. Right,
yeah.
And honestly, maybe this is the anarchist in me, a little bit of the anarchist coming out. Maybe this is what America needs. Maybe America needs a little violence.
I don't think it's what the Democrats need, honestly.
What do you mean?
They wouldn't win.
No. Yeah, no, not at all. They'd lose by and large.
I mean, you look at all the patriots that own weapons and have military training, or it's clearly in the favor of libertarians and to the right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, so
let's take some more calls. The number is 214-817-1689. Call in with your opinions. Oh, we got another one?
No, wait.
Oh, okay, wait. There we go. I didn't know. Like sometimes you give me a signal. It's like I don't know what we're doing here, but oh my God. Again, don't forget that number is 214-817-1689. We got more articles to cover here, but I want to take one or two more calls before we move on to that because we got Marjorie Taylor Greene, we got the Chinese protests and some other stuff. So seems like China is really hot in the news. It's interesting to see all the protests going. I've been watching the videos circulating all over social media of the Chinese government stepping in and just basically they're trying to mob these people. And it's just insane.
All right, we got a call.
Go ahead.
Hello.
Yellow.
Hi, John. How you doing today?
What's going on, brother? How are you?
Good. I'm multitasking right now. I'm trying to watch your show, and I'm also watching Kanye on Alex Jones right now. So
okay.
It's a wild day.
Is he wearing a black mask?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is breaking then, because I just saw this. He said that he likes Hitler for some shit. I was like, dude, you're an idiot. He's a fucking idiot. Because that clip's already going viral. And it's like, dude, any chance that Kanye had of redeeming himself of the anti-Semitic accusations he just blew away. It's like, dude, you just dug your own grave and you just put the nail in the coffin.
I don't think he's trying to redeem anything that he said.
Well, not necessarily redeem it, but in a sense of explain himself and give clarity to his statements. He's done. He's done. And what did I say before, people? Kanye is a fucking moron. This guy is an idiot. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, brother.
No, it's okay. It's cool, man. I mean, now Alex is trying to like backtrack him a little bit. And he also was making the, you've never seen Alex Jones. I mean, I never thought I'd see Alex Jones try to actually calm somebody down and back him up with it.
Like rolled out of his chair.
I don't think you mean that. Let's just take it back here, Kanye, for 1 second. Just 1 second. When Alex Jones is like, well, maybe we're going to look too, because Alex Jones would be paying out his ass right now. So when he has Kanye on there, he's afraid of getting sued again. What else is Kanye saying over there?
Oh, man. Well, we just had Laura Loomer call in. So, Nick Fuentes is on the show as well. So you just got like this grouping of canceled and deplatformed people. I just can't stop laughing.
I kind of want to watch the episode myself now. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Like,
Jerry Springer, right?
This is political cartoonism is what this is.
Just come to life.
I can't. It's just like you've got the Milo, the Fuentes, the Kanye, the Loomer. You've got all the grifters in one room, and you've got Alex Jones. You got Alex Jones, the king guy himself. And I've minced no words. My thoughts on Alex Jones. I think he's an idiot. And everybody's like, well, he gets a lot of stuff right. It's like, well, when you blast out, it's kind of like the Simpsons effect, I call it. When you've got a show that's been running for 25 years, and they've got over 1 million episodes. Well, the Simpsons got it right. Well, if you say enough shit like Nostradamus, you're going to get some things right. That doesn't make you a prophet. It just means it's kind of like a percentage, a numbers game. You say enough shit, eventually you're going to get like a blind squirrel's going to get a nut. That does not make that squirrel a political prophet. It just means that you found enough nuts, you found one that worked.
I don't know. I'd just like to take a Delta 8 and just talk to him for about an hour or two. You know what I mean? Sounds like it'd be pretty fun.
What's on your mind, man?
Speaking of which, I just have one more question for you because I gotta get back to my kids here. They're waking up from their nap.
Yeah.
What's the product would you say for sore shoulders in the neck? I do a lot of outer body for a living. I've been having some trouble sleeping at night.
That's going to be our roll-on, roll-out, or our topical cream.
I have one right here.
Yeah, it's the roll-on, roll-out. It's a roller applicator to where you don't have to get any on your hands. Or we got the salve cream. It's the topical thunder. Both of them are insanely effective. I've tested these things out personally, dude. We haven't released a single product yet that Josh and I have not personally tested, blessed off on. This is a menthol CBD cream. And when we first got it manufactured and sent to us, the sample, I did 30 minutes on the stair stepper. My calves were pretty tight. I only applied it to one calf. Within 15 minutes, I could definitely feel the difference. Now, I won't lie. It didn't remove all the pain. Mm-hmm. It certainly numbed the shit out of it, though, a lot. So that's our greatest product right there. And that's the roll-on, roll-out, or the topical thunder. It's really up to you.
I like it on my, I'll use it on my shoulders and my taint.
My taint. Put it on my taint.
My neck.
My neck, my back.
Yeah. But it's good. Yeah.
That's the product I'd recommend, brother.
All right. Wicked good. Thanks, John. Have a great day.
Absolutely, man. Thank you for your call. I saw that clip right before the show went live. I've not seen this before. And sure as shit, there's Kanye and he's in a black mask. He's
definitely going through something.
Maybe Tim Pool was just being satirical. Maybe he was being sarcastic. That's probably what it was. But then again, text doesn't have tone, so you can't tell.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to go get that clip and post. Oh my God, this guy. When you have Alex Jones hosting now again, folks, I'm not gonna say who you can and can't talk to. I'm not like that. I don't give a fuck about that because I've had Crenshaw on the show, and I don't agree with Crenshaw. But it doesn't mean I like believe in what this guy believes in. But dude, when you've got Nick Fuentes, don't go fucking near this kid. That's what he thrives on. That's what Milo thrives on now. Milo and Nick Fuentes are cut from the same cloth at this point, and Kanye just fucking put the nail in his coffin. Hold on. Go ahead and field another caller, and I'm going to get this clip, and I want you guys to hear this for yourselves because, when he said this, I was like, wait, what? Let me see if I can find this. Where's the clip? Come on. Hold on. It's here somewhere. I just saw it before the show went live.
Okay, the line is open.
I'm going to find this for you guys because when I heard this, like, there's just no way he said this over on Alex Jones. Come on. Where's it at? Oh, damn it. This is pissing me off because I couldn't believe it. And I'm medicated so heavily right now. I'm getting like motion sickness just scrolling so fast.
Okay.
Come on, where's it at?
Hey, what's going on?
That sounded really freaky when you said like, hey, what's going on? What are you wearing?
Hey, who we got on the line here?
What's going on, man?
This is Roll.
What's happening, brother?
What's going on?
Not much.
You guys talking about Kanye, right?
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, dude, like, just throw him off a fucking volcano at this point. Like, fuck him. Like,
yeah.
You can't save that guy.
Oh, here it is. Hold on. I got it. I'm going to play it right now. Hold on. I'm going to play it right now for you guys. Stand by.
You're not a Nazi. You don't deserve to be called that and demonized.
Well, I see good things about Hitler also. I love everyone, and Jewish people are not going to tell me you can love us, and you can love what we're doing to you with the contracts, and you can love what we're pushing with the pornography. But this guy that invented highways, invented the very microphone that I use as a musician, you can't say out loud that this person ever did anything good, and I'm done with that. I'm done with the classifications.
This guy, dude, he doesn't even know what he's talking about half the time. He's like, it's a word salad. It's like listening to Kamala Harris. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Did Hitler invent the microphone?
No, I don't think. The microphone was around before Hitler.
A few months ago, that episode was almost unlistenable.
This is Alex Jones right now.
I know, but I'm saying, like, when Kanye was on Rogan like a year ago, I couldn't even fucking go through the whole episode. It was insane.
Was it word salad?
Yeah, it was word salad. He's talking about hip hop, then fucking Captain Crunch. Who the fuck knows what he's talking
about? Did he really talk about Captain Crunch?
I'm pretty fucking positive that came up.
Dude, I wouldn't doubt that. Dude, I don't get this guy. I'm sorry. There are certain words.
We're not supposed to.
There are certain words that should not be put in chronological order, such as "I like Hitler." What? Like what? I'm sorry. And
like it's 2022. Why are we still bringing Hitler up? The motherfucker, he's dead. Who gives a shit?
Because the left has they've resurrected Hitler to try and essentially craft an attack on the right. Everything I don't like is a Nazi. It's basically what the left did. They resurrected Hitler.
And it's all these kids that were born like after 2000. They have no idea who Hitler is anyway.
Yeah. I agree.
Hitler could be a cartoon for all they fucking know.
It's the same ones espousing like fascism, and it's like, dude, you don't even know what fascism is.
Yeah, please spell it for me, you son of a bitch.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong on that one. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I have spelling that word too. I Google that shit. F-A-S-F-A-C. Fucking son of a cock. So appreciate your call, bro.
Yo, I gotta say, you get.
Go ahead,
John. I gotta say, you gave me a huge compliment the other day. I commented on something, and you had listened to one of my episodes, and like you were like, "I love your commercials," and I want to thank you for that.
Which is this?
I have a podcast called Veterans with Benefits, and you had listened to something.
Yes. Bro, your intros are fucking... I feel like you're one of those dudes out there. You've got massive potential. You've got such massive potential. Dude. Like a straight up fucking Guido out here, like Italian. Like, this episode is brought to you by gray sweatpants. You want to make your friends uncomfortable? Go to the bottom of your uncle's fucking... Dude, I was high off my ass last night listening to one of your shows. I was like, this dude's great. He's fucking great. You got a very good thing. I will critique you though and say you gotta get out there and fucking like your guests. I don't know, man. Your intros are great. Your editing is great. But some of it you gotta keep it exciting. You gotta keep it entertaining. But your shit is good, dude.
I know.
Your shit's good.
Some of my guests don't know how to talk. So like I'm like sometimes you can hear it in my mind. Like I'm like, please say something. Say something funny. Like, fuck.
You got to bring it out of them, dude. Or you got to be more selective with your guests because, unfortunately, if you have somebody on there that's like a Ben Stein, like, I just did blah, 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 blah. It's like, you got to treat it like that. And so you have to be very selective with your guests. But no, I'd be honored to do your podcast, bro. Absolutely. Let's do it.
Dude, yeah, hit me up anytime, dude.
I got you. Shoot me a DM on Facebook. Yeah, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Your shit's fucking hilarious. I'll have to play some shit for people in the future because those skits you do. Did you do that yourself? Did you write that yourself?
Yeah, I write everything myself.
Bro,
I'm a one-man operation.
Well done. Very well done. It's like a professional skit. It's what SNL used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every episode has different commercials.
That's fucking brilliant, dude.
It's not just the few you heard. Yeah.
That is brilliant.
So I really appreciate it, dude. I love the show, dude.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, I'll reach back out to you. I'd love to come on your show, man. Absolutely.
Cool. All right, bro.
Be safe, brother. Thank you for the call.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, let's keep moving on. White House says we won't tell Apple to allow airdrop in China because they're private. That's a different situation from us vowing to watch Twitter. Well, if Apple is also protected from libel and things such as that, which I believe they are, they've got government protection, then they're not private. Mm-hmm. And it's also a publicly traded company.
What was the name of that guy's podcast?
Veterans with Benefits.
Veterans with Benefits.
It's really good.
Check it out.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta. Okay, damn it. Let me pull this up real quick. His shit. Again, I was baked off my ass last night. I took a Delta 8. I haven't taken a Delta 8 in a minute because I just been so sick. Damn it. I can't find it. Where is it at? Hold on. No, I'll download it later and I'll let people listen to it. Maybe you can pull it up on Spotify. Here it is. Got Veterans with Benefits. Listen to this intro. This is fucking great. I love this. Hold on.
Veterans with Benefits is brought to you by Gray Sweatpants. When you want to make everyone around you uncomfortable, it's Gray Sweatpants. Found in all major retailers and your depressing uncle's bottom drawer. Veterans with Benefits is brought to you by Vetscape, the newest product for men's grooming geared towards veterans to prevent unwanted hair for your guns and ammo. It comes with a new Mop 4 guard, so your balls will be squared away. With 3 different light filters, red, blue, and green, your favorite juicy won't have a mouthful of pubes. So rank up your sack with Vetscape. and go to vetscape.org/VWB for 16% off.
What the fuck?
Your little E1s will thank you.
It's a lot of military jargon, but yeah. It's got a good theme.
Veterans of
like a porno.
is brought to you by Guidolinos, the first cereal made for Italians. It comes in 3 delicious flavors: cannoli, biscotti, and lasagna. And every box comes with a surprise: a gold chain and an anger issue. This cereal is so good you'll be wearing a velvet jumpsuit in no time. So go to Guidolinos.com for subscriptions and boxing options. That's Guidolinos.com. It's Guidolinos. Hey, I'm eating here.
Oh, bro, that's good. That's good shit
funny.
right there. That's good, funny comedy. Fucking hire him to do shit for us. Good Lord. That's man. Gotta love it. I don't know if this guy is still serving or not, but bro, keep it up. Just keep it up. That's again, that is veterans with benefits.
You know what I'm having when I go back up to Ohio for Christmas?
Do what?
You know what I'm getting when I go back up to Ohio for Christmas?
Some Guidolinos?
Cannolis.
Wait, what makes Ohio special about cannoli?
My mom makes cannolis every year.
Okay.
She makes handmade cannolis. So.
I thought you were gonna say something like I didn't know. It's like,
not a lot of people know about
known for
cannolis.
Like Ohio. Nobody who lives in Ohio like cannolis. Yeah. It's the Italians up in fucking New York. What are you talking about?
Big Italian population.
I felt the Italian anger coming out of him when he was on the show. He's just fucking these motherfuckers, bro. What the fuck? Like, yeah, I could totally. That was well done. We need to start doing some shit like that, but we're lazy.
So lazy.
So Guidolinos. Hey, I'm eating here. Fucking well done.
Just trying to squeeze out another John Ross video.
Oh my God. We do need to do another John Ross. People keep asking me, and we can do it uncensored.
As soon as you kick that AIDS.
Kick this AIDS that I got going on. Oh my gosh. On Wednesday's broadcast of Fox News Channel's The Story, White House NSC Coordinator for Strategic Communications John Kirby responded to Apple limiting the AirDrop file sharing feature in China by stating that the White House isn't in the business of telling private companies how to execute their initiatives. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? They literally just said, we're going to keep an eye on Twitter. Justin Trudeau, a.k.a. Cuck of the North, comes out there and he talks about the Chinese protest. Like, Canada believes in everybody's right to protest. Bro, you locked down the truckers. Yeah. Are you? No. What he meant to say was, as long as they protest the way we favor them to, just don't block the streets there, bud, okay? Don't be a hoser. I fucking hope somebody just beats the. He's such a little cuck. He's daddy's rich money. Yeah. That's what Justin Trudeau is. Such a massive disappointment. When you want to talk about spineless leadership, Trudeau is the first one that pops into my head.
Remember when he was giving that interview a couple years ago and his eyebrows were falling off?
No.
You remember that?
No.
Oh God, I have to send you that video.
His eyebrows were falling off?
His eyebrow fell off. Like it started to slide off like when he was giving a speech. Does anybody else remember that, or is it just me?
I don't remember that. I vaguely remember that. I don't know. That dude's such a wacko anyway. Like, fuck Justin Trudeau. Yeah. So for those who don't know, also, China, the Chinese government is blocking all videos. They're removing all videos on the Chinese social media networks that are talking or describing or showcasing the protests. You want to talk about fascism at its core, authoritarian governments, communism, dictatorship. This is it in a nutshell right here, folks. This is it in a nutshell right here. Anyone that is pro-communism, take one look at what is going on with the Chinese government and the levels of censorship. The Chinese people, they're over it. They're over it. They're tired of it because this all started again because of the lockdowns. China is trying to lock down their country once again, and the Chinese people, they're fed up. They are so fucking fed up. They've had enough of it. So, and the White House has the audacity. We don't get involved. Shut the fuck up. Like, I wish I could have, well, thank God we don't have that level of cognitive dissonance to where you say one thing and then you do something completely different and you're not even aware of it. But they are aware of it. They just lie. They don't care. These are scumbags. These are douche lords unlimited. That should be a t-shirt brand. Douche lords unlimited by Grunt Style. I made a tweet that was actually pretty funny on my Twitter. I said, I hope when I'm like long gone, somebody makes a viral post that, you know what, that John Burke was kind of a douchebag, but he fucking got a lot of things right.
He nailed it.
And then they go and buy a Grunt Style just to spite me. That's probably what's going to happen. Marjorie Taylor Greene denounces Nick Fuentes. Holocaust denier Nick Fuentes. Marjorie Taylor Greene joined the growing list of members of Congress who have denounced Nick Fuentes, a Holocaust denier. Now, the reason they're doing this is because the dog whistles of the left. It doesn't matter. The left does not care. Marjorie, they don't care. And the fact that Marjorie Taylor Greene goes on Timcast and goes on, I think she's been on Alex Jones a few times. I could be wrong on that one. And, you know, when you say these things, people don't care. They don't listen. Timcast is also being attacked right now because of his Kanye interview, not for what he did or didn't say, but just the simple fact that he even had them on the show. Yeah. So now what the left and what they don't seem to understand is the Young Turks went after him. Like Sink Uger's just out there like a bunch of fat fuck. Hope that guy dies from a fucking heart attack, you cuck lord. But the left basically forces people to go against them because they say, if you even have somebody on your show, you automatically become an enemy of us. Fair enough. You're going to drive more and more people, just like Elon Musk, just like Timcast, just like the rest of them. You are going to force them to go against you because you are so close-minded that you don't even want people to have discussions. You don't even want people to have conversations. So by and large, when you make these statements and you attack these independent people, these independent critical thinkers, at one point when they may have leaned in your direction in certain areas, you're just going to push them the complete opposite way. So well done. Keep doing it. I'm fine with it. The left, you make your own enemies. And I'm sorry, but again, it's the moderate Democrats that are seeing what is happening to their party. It's like, oh man, there's a lot of things on fire here. We should probably, these trans people, they're crazy. Yeah. But Marjorie Taylor Greene does this. I mean, good for you. You have to do it. But don't think for a second the left or anybody else is going to give a shit. They don't care. Yeah, they don't care.
I go back to you have all these other colleges around the country that are segregating, and you have this kid who's 24 talking about segregation being all right. You'd think they'd be on board with it. Be like, you know what? Maybe we agree with Nick Fuentes. We got this segregation going on around the country around at these college campuses.
That goes back to the basic principle of two wrongs don't make a right. Again, the black colleges are wrong for doing it, but for you, advocate for it as well for whites.
I don't even think they're just solely. I think there's happening at Yale or Harvard, some of these Ivy League schools.
I wouldn't doubt it, but it's still racism, and to partake in that, you're still racist. It's still I'm not for segregation. I think that's stupid.
I do too.
Now, what private colleges and campuses do is on them. That's a private university. Yep. If you do that, though, I think you're an idiot. But now I'd watched that podcast where he was talking to black people, and they were talking about your views on segregation. He's like, actually, I'm not even commenting on it because I don't remember exactly what he said verbatim. But I shook my head at this. This kid's an idiot. He's a fucking idiot.
I'm not taking advice from a 24-year-old kid.
Oh, no.
Yeah, no. It's just not going to happen. I just don't care. It doesn't. I don't put any stock in it.
Marjorie Taylor Greene joined a growing list of members of Congress who've denounced Nick Fuentes, a Holocaust denier and a white nationalist, in the aftermath of his attendance at dinner with the former President Donald Trump and Kanye West at Mar-a-Lago 2 days before Thanksgiving. CNN White House correspondent Lara Barron-Lopez tweeted about House Republican leader Kevin's claims that Greene had already denounced Fuentes. However, Barron-Lopez claimed there's no public evidence Greene denounced Fuentes and noted her attendance at Fuentes' annual America First Political Action Conference. Of course, I denounced Nick Fuentes and his racist anti-Semitic ideology, Greene responded. I can't comprehend why the media is obsessed with him. Yes, you can. You know exactly why. She says, do you actually report real news or just use CNN for your political activism? Have you questioned Democrats if they denounce Israel hating Ilhan Omar? This is from the report from Laura Barron-Lopez. Mm-hmm. This is just screaming out into the ether. You're not going to accomplish anything, and this is stupid. Some really weird news. Jesus Christ, it's Jessica Bourne, the little fruitcake, the nuclear waste disposal management douchebag, fucking weirdo that dresses like a furry.
Yeah, buddy, you nailed it on that one.
Bro, this guy's
as soon as you said Jason Bourne, I can't unsee it.
You can't see it. I'm sure Matt Damon is very upset about this. If you're watching on Rumble right now, this dude just looks really weird. It looks just like Matt Damon, though.
It does.
Jesus Christ, Scotty doesn't know. That's true. Biden administration put Sam Brinton on leave over alleged stealing of women's luggage. I did not see that happening. The Joe Biden administration reportedly placed official Sam Brinton on leave 1 month ago following accusations. Why are we just now finding out about this, though?
Weird.
One leave. Oh, by the way, this guy also attended a spanking seminar. Yeah.
What are the odds that he went to a butt fucking seminar too? You know what I mean?
Bro, I don't even know what world we live in anymore.
I know, this is ridiculous.
The New York Post confirmed this week that the Biden administration placed Brinton on leave about a month ago following the accusations, the outlet noted. Brinton, who became one of the government's first non-binary officials, and what did you get for it? He's a fucking thief and a furry, was placed on leave about a month ago following the accusations. The official was named as the interim replacement earlier this month, according to the Exchange Monitor, which tracks government officials' moves. The openly gender fluid Sam Brinton joined the Joe Biden administration earlier this year as the Deputy Assistant Secretary of the Office of Spent Fuel and Waste Disposition in the U.S. Department of Energy before he was charged with a felony last month for allegedly stealing a woman's luggage. The incident allegedly occurred in a Minneapolis. We covered this yesterday, so if you want to get more on this, we covered it in yesterday's podcast. Go listen to that. Law enforcement at the Minneapolis-St. Paul International Airport was alerted to the missing. All right, well, we already read all that. So at least they put him on leave. Did not see that coming. Well, hey, are you tired of the misogyny in your world? You're so upset that the men are getting paid more. Well, we got some good news for you. The U.S. women's team on soccer to receive half of the money won by men's team at World Cup, once again proving that women can't accomplish shit without men actually funding it. So there you go. Well done.
You're welcome.
You got all these fucking blue-haired lesbians out there in the fucking women's soccer team that couldn't beat a fucking high school soccer team. You're getting half of what the men earn. So great job. Consider yourself blessed and lucky, you fucking losers. The women's national team, USWNT, will rake in millions thanks to their new profit-sharing agreement as the USMNT continues to advance in the 2022 World Cup. In fact, thanks to the agreement in last year's collective bargaining plan, the USWNT will earn more money from their share of the men's winnings than they have earned when they won the 2019 Women's World Cup. Once again showing that nobody gives a fuck about women's sports. It's not interesting. Nobody gives a shit. It's because of men. People are more interested in seeing masculinity out on the field. That's just the truth. Unless it's in the UFC arena with women fighting.
Yeah.
That's about or women's volleyball because it's sexualized, because you wear those little butt floss pieces and men just want to see your bits and pieces jiggle. That's all it is. Outside of that, people don't care about women's thing. Not even women.
I mean,
not even women.
My daughter's soccer team, it's fun to watch.
Yeah.
But I'm just
on the international stage, though, probably not so much.
Yeah.
Or even the national stage, probably not so much.
You know, Bill Burr's right.
Yeah.
You know, all these feminists failed these people.
That is true.
He was right, 100%.
He is.
It's like, you want to support women in sports, women's stuff.
Yep.
Show up to the fucking games, buy their merch, but they're not doing it.
This is what I love about the very same side that they're on politically, that is espousing the socialistic ideologies.
Yeah.
The women each earned a $110,000 bonus for winning the 2019 World Cup, and a $30 million was awarded to the women's soccer team that year. By contrast, this year, FIFA is doling out $440 million in prize money during the men's World Cup. I would be very pissed off if I was on the men's soccer team and my winnings were shared to a team that contributed nothing. Did the men's soccer team get half of the women's share?
Oh,
probably not. This is bullshit.
Yeah.
This is misandry.
They should have laughed him out of their office
100%.
as soon as they came in and started demanding more money. They should have said, "Oh, here are the figures. Here are the numbers. This is what you're being paid for.
Yep.
Here are the men's numbers. You can see it's quite a bit more than what you guys are doing."
It boils down to, can you put asses in seats?
That's
and if
it.
you can, sorry, that's just a matter of, that's
maybe
why all these
the
people
shade of purple in your hair. Maybe try a different color.
Maybe it's because of the bullshit they espouse, because you turn people off.
That could be it too.
It's probably because, like, who's that Janine Garoppolo or whatever that fucking lesbian wacko's name is on the soccer team. When you come out there and you're saying these stupid shit and you start kneeling for the anthem, you've already got a small enough demographic watching you. Don't alienate the people you've already got. Cool, stand for your cause.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna work out for you. It's not going to work out for you. And case in point, here you are. I cannot believe that. That's socialism at its core. Fucking, hey, you're going to get half of what we did and you didn't do anything to achieve it.
Yeah.
If that doesn't sit right with you, or if that does sit right with you, you're a hypocrite.
Yeah.
You're a fucking hypocrite. That's just insane to me. So, well, all right, folks. That ends today's episode. We appreciate you guys being here for us. If you could do me a favor, hit that like button on Rumble to help boost our numbers. That way more people hear and see us. Essentially, every time you hit that like button, it boosts us up in the list of precedents on the Rumble homepage, and it gets us featured there. And then we can get more people listening to the show and actually weighing in. So we appreciate that. If you could, go do me a favor. Here is the link. It is John Burke 1984 over on Twitter. Here is the link. go over there, give me a follow on Twitter. If you don't have a Twitter account, go get one. Because again, we need to get more conservatives, more common sense people over on Twitter. Elon's overtaking it. Come over and join us as we watch the liberals run for cover. Because apparently it's an equal playing field, and the likes of Moby and Jim Carrey, well, they just can't handle that. So come give me a follow again. It is John Burke 1984 on Instagram and Twitter. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Oh my God. You got anything to add, my man?
You guys have a great day.
As always, Scotty doesn't fucking know. Let it play.